Hi, this is Torsten from T-Rex. I'm here with Alex and Brian from the Gaslight Anthem, and we are here at VEGA in Copenhagen. And welcome to Copenhagen, guys.
Thank you very much.
And
thank you.
And I would like to ask you a bit about American slang that you have put out this year. Where was it recorded, actually?
We recorded the record in New York City at the Magic Shop, and it's right in Soho. So there's like tons of like art galleries and things like that. It's like right in the center of, right by Canal Street. It's near there, and it's kind of like a cool old studio where they remix a lot of Rolling Stones records, and there's been so many like famous recordings made there. So it's a really good studio for sound. You get like amazing sounds there, and when we went down there, we just pretty much spent like about 2 months in there and made the whole record, and it was pretty cool.
And the producer Ted Hurt, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you find him?
Oh, Ted and we've been friends with Ted for a long time. Like he did the 59 sound, the record before that, and we kind of got introduced at the first show that we ever played in LA, like one of the first shows, and then he just kind of is the guy that knows us the best, and he's got a really good ear for recording and like, you know, how songs should go together, which is it's just ideal situation for us.
Yeah. And Alex, this album, it sounds very live and spontaneous, even though it took you 2 months. What's the secret behind that?
I have no idea. I guess I don't know, because Ted definitely made us do stuff a lot, like, you know, over and over and over. Get it done right. But you know, we tried not to, you know, we tried to take like whole takes for songs and you know, at least like larger parts. We weren't reusing like just one chorus in every chorus kind of thing, and we really tried to, like, you know, we didn't use anything, I guess, unnatural, I guess, you know what I mean? Like
oh yes,
like for textural stuff and like that, if we needed something, we wouldn't go to like a synthesizer or something like that to beef something.
You invented the
like
sound yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, you know, remember we used that silverware thing for "She Loves You."
Yeah.
Like, you know, like.
No, you tell him.
Oh, so we need like a, you know, kind of a clap sound, and I guess claps by themselves didn't sound right, and so we took like a silverware drawer, you know, with knives and forks and spoons, and we slammed that down to make the, you know, to make the clap sound, and then it added kind of like a tambourine vibe to it, you know.
Do you remember which song it was?
It's called "She Loves You."
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta check that out when I hear it again. So have you brought the silverware tonight, or?
No.
Okay.
No. It's still in the States.
Brian, can you tell a bit about what have you brought on this tour?
On this tour, for me, it's been kind of a disaster because I didn't bring my normal gear. Like, and I don't know why I didn't. I got the only thing that I brought that was normal was I brought I used these Dr. Z Remedy heads, and I brought those, and I got you know, Euro versions of them with the transformers changed, so that they run on the same voltage. Here, you know, but I didn't bring any of my cabinets. And I brought like my 2 guitars that I haven't used in a while. I didn't bring my Nash Telly. I didn't bring like any of my pedals.
You use a melody maker, doesn't you? The Gibson,
a Junior, a Junior, Les Paul Junior, and I didn't bring any of my Juniors. I don't know what my problem was. Like, I could have. It would have been so easy for me just to be like, oh yeah, take that. But I don't know what I was thinking, but I didn't bring anything. So now I'm having like a nightmare with these sounds. So, but what we're doing though is we got a you know, those little 18-watt 1974 X Marshall 18-watt amps. Yeah. I got one of those coming tomorrow. So it's gonna save the day, because like little amps, you know, 412s and me don't get along. Like I like combos and like, you know, I'll use like a little bit. Like I use the, you know, like no effects really. I use a tune. I think a tuner is your best effect, you know, by being in tune. The only effects that I use is I use the Tremster and I use the Replica, which before I got a Replica, I used to bring an Echoplex, an EP3, you know, but the tape would constantly get eaten. I mean, they sound great, like they're amazing, but the tape would just be eaten alive every 5 minutes. And Ian would always, our guitar tech, Ian, would be running there checking the tape every day, and it would just, you know, just cut out in the middle of shows. And the only, you know, so I went through like a million delay pedals and tried to see if I could get because all I use it for is slapback. That's it. Just a little texture, you know. And then Alex, I saw him tapping on his pedal, and the tap tempo. I was like, whoa, tap tempo. I was like, that's cool. And then it was the only pedal that I found. The Replica was the only one that actually sounded like a tape delay. So that was the one that I was just like, well, and you can control the input volume and everything, which you just can't, I don't think that would be a huge problem for me. I had a lot of other delays where the guitar would overload the pedal.
Because you have a lot of output coming out of those Les Pauls.
Yeah, and it would just be like, there'd be like a little fuzz over it all the time. And it kind of didn't, I hate that, And so that's really all I use. At home, it's like 2 amps, one clean, one kind of dirty, one guitar, little tremolo, little delay, that's it.
Do you use tremolo all the time?
Not all the time, but there's a lot of songs, like the slower songs, where I leave it on, but I leave it like how they used to do it on the old Sam Cooke recordings and like the Motown recordings, where it's there, and when you pick out the strings, it's very subtle, and I like that kind of thing. And then for the faster songs, I use the mode switch to get the vibrato. Yeah. So I use like that Tom Petty kind of thing. Oh, yeah. So, but yeah, I leave them on for whole songs. Okay. Like tremolo is a cool thing because I think people don't really.
Tremolo is awesome.
Yeah, they're like, I don't think people know like what it's capable of doing. You know? Yeah, I was trying to sell him on tremolo for a long time.
Into it,
but he did, but he didn't get it until he got the Tremster, and he was like, whoa. Okay. So it was pretty cool. And but yeah, for me it's just, guitar in 2 pedals, that's it.
Back to basics.
Back to basics, totally simple. But this guy.
Yeah. What have you brought, Alex?
I brought a lot of stuff. I have, of course I have a tuner and I have an 808 I use for overdrive that I leave on all the time. And then I split my signal. And then I have reverb and delay going into 1 amp. And then at home I have a tremolo going into the other one. I didn't bring the tremolo for here though. So one's like super dry with like really subtle kind of tremolo to it, and then the other one's kind of really washy with a lot of reverb and a lot of delay, and that's on all the time too. Robert Smith ruined my guitar playing, or I guess made it. Made it the way it is, but I can't play without reverb. Like I feel weird if I'm playing guitar and there's no reverb on it. At least reverb. Delay I can kind of do without, but fuck, I can't do anything without reverb, man. No way, man.
What kind of guitars have you? What kind of guitars are you using?
Right now, I'm using a '92 Custom that's possessed by the devil himself.
Okay.
Which is why it's missing its middle pickup, and that's the only thing that's been working so far. I bought it, and it was awesome, and it was like my first real guitar. I loved it.
There's Alex's guitar.
big hole in the middle. So yeah, it was originally a 3 pickup, and I bought it for like the last show of a tour, and then the next tour I made it my main guitar, and the bridge pickup would go out. So me and Brian tried to figure out what was going on. I remember we didn't even touch a wire. We just like took the back plate off, and then the switch worked totally differently, and then we like messed around with the wires a little bit, and it just never did the same thing twice, and then. So then Brian took gutted it and rewired the whole thing.
Out of the whole
yeah.
Yep.
Still did it. So then we bought a new bridge pickup, and it still did it. And then we took it to our friend that's a luthier, and he put in 3 new pickups and all new wiring and new pots and a new switch, and it still did it. And then I got mad and broke the headstock. Oh. And then I got the headstock replaced in Norway. Yeah. Okay. So I haven't even had it since June, and I gave it to one of the guys who works for Gibson, and he fixed that, and I was like, yo, take out the middle pickup, just make it a 2 pickup Les Paul, all new wiring again. And then he gave it to me, and the first time I got it, the volume knob on the bridge didn't work unless it was in the middle position. So I was like, okay, one more time.
He fixed
it. Yeah, he fixed it. That was just a cold solder thing. That wasn't a demon. But I'm pretty sure the rest of it's a demon.
Do you know who had it before you had it?
No, a Japanese guy who traded it for an ESP. That's all I know.
Maybe from a black metal band.
Oh, could have been a black metal band. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Japanese black metal. Does that even exist?
Alex and Brian, thanks for taking the time and telling about what you guys are using.
No worries.
Have a good gig tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.